Hello, in this video we talk about Nexus security. In our repository we have security settings, administration. What is the model? The lowest level is privilege. Privileges control access to specific functionality to any of the repositories that are installed or you have configured. Privileges are created dynamically as you add repository types and repositories to Nexus. Privileges cannot be assigned directly to users. They must be added to a role. So you can see role contains privileges, and the user can have one or more roles. So let's see on our privileges. We have different privileges. This is privilege. So we can see a lot of privileges. They have different type. You can see this is application privilege. It allows update permission for the things. It has name, it has domain, and has actions. Another type is repository. It has name, description, get privilege for Maven central repository administration, repository name, and actions. Another type is repository view, and another type is script. Browse permission for script name, browse read, and build card. I see this build card, all permissions to Nexus. Let's see on roles. We have roles admin and anonymous. The admin role has all privileges, and the anonymous user has read-only privileges. Let's inspect our role. Role ID, role name, role description, and privileges. NX all. Let's see NX all. NX all. Let's see privileges, all permissions. Yes. Okay. We can create privilege, and here we can select type. Let's for repository view create for repository view view, name it Maven read, for example. Maven central Undefined actions, only read. Create privilege. Here is Maven read. Let's clear filter and find more privilege. Well, here it is. We created description we don't have. Give us permission to read. Let's save it. Okay. So next we can create role. Create role. Type Nexus role. Call it Maven. Read. Maven read. Maven read. Maven read. And give permission that we created before and save it. So we can see our new role. I don't use this wildcard. This is my mistake. So next I would like to point out that when we create new repository, it gives us new permission. Let's create Maven group, call it private my. Okay. Let's add group Maven releases and save it. Here is it. Let's see privileges. Let's find private. You see it? What my, you can see that after we have created our repository, we get this set of privileges for admin and for user. So now let's create role. Nexus role, my private, to my private repository, and we can filter my private my. Okay, private my. Okay, and add all of them. Okay, save. So we can see our new role, my private, access to my private, and we can see all information about this role. Next possibility is content selectors. Content selectors allow us to define what content can be accessed inside the repository. Think of it as virtual slices of what you can see, what you can update, the whole read, update and administer concept, but use it as context selector as a specific path is inside the repository. Let's create selector. Name it Maven jar only. Show only jars. Search expression we create, which means format Maven and path jar. For we can should select a repository to which we preview this selector. Okay, I see something wrong. Okay, on center. Okay, let's try. Okay, let's change it. Just here. Path the line. Okay. Okay, I forgot and. Okay, review. Okay, save it, and we see our context selectors. So let's use our content selector to create privilege. We should create, and here we choose repository content selector and select our content selector. Apache only, and select repository Maven. Repository actions we can give all or read, browse and read, for example. Browse and read. Okay. Why it doesn't work? Okay. Okay, the problem is, I suppose, with space. Okay, browse and read. create privilege, and we can create role based on that privilege. Nexus Apache only. Apache only. Okay, save. So now we create. Let's create some users. So let's talk about our users. We should create user roles and give them permission by least privilege principle. So for example, we have developer who create code and push it to Git repository. Then it initiate a pipeline where work CI/CD system and push a new repository after all necessary steps. So developer should have access only to read this new repository, but CI/CD system should have permission to push new artifact, create or update old artifact. So let's create these two roles. Let's create user dev net password status. We should select active user or the disabled. If we choose disabled, we deactivate our user and he can't log in. So and give roles. Let's add now and read and create. Let's add a new permission privilege and new role. Create role, type Nexus role, and Maven push Maven push Maven public edit read releases we add all. Now let's remove permission which allows to delete and see. Yes. So our system only can push, update image or repository, but it cannot delete any. And create user, users, create user, CICD, CICD, active, and add or maven push. Okay, create user. Okay. Now we can create. We created all users. Let's create the third user who selector. Name it selector. And use our role Apache only to test our selectors. So let's check permission for selector. I remember that Apache only means we can see only Apache packets. So let's login with selector permissions to our Nexus repository using incognito window. Let's login, selector, and we login, and we see only Maven repositories. In contrast, the full list of repositories contains NuGet group and NuGet proxy, NuGet hosted. A lot of large organizations or already has LDAP or some way to authenticate its users. We can connect realms. Here some types which we can add, and we can connect LDAP. Here is way to create connection. We define protocol port, host name, domain name, and other configuration, and you connect to your LDAP like Azure Active Directory or Okta or Google. So it's up to you, and you can, when you connect to LDAP, you can map roles from LDAP to your roles in Nexus repository and define privileges.